right, now we are tracking some news regarding the developments in the war in West Asia and its implications across the globe. And in the latest news, US President Donald Trump has spoken on a deal with Iran, stressing that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, and if they don't agree to that, there will be no deal. Trump has also asserted that he does not want to comment on what would happen if no deal is reached, but it will not be pleasant for Iran. Let's in fact listen into that statement.
Maybe everything. I mean, both of those things. Yeah, I don't want to comment on that, but it won't be pleasant for them. It's going on. Right now, there's no fighting. Right now, we have a blockade. They're doing no business. I didn't like seeing boats come out if they were doing business with Iran, but if they weren't, no boats came out. So now Iran is doing absolutely no business, and we're going to keep it that way very easily. Don't forget, their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft is gone.
Joining us on this broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vidhavan, who will help us decode this statement by Trump. Aditya, Trump has again warned the world that it will not be present for Iran if they do not agree to the terms of the deal that the US is proposing, and that includes no nuclear weapons.
Shivani, we have been seeing, how, US President Donald Trump has been pressurizing Iran to submitting, in accepting all the deals that have been put up by the United States. So they are very clear, as far as Donald Trump is concerned, that on the behalf, both Israel and America at this juncture are saying that Iran will not have any nuclear weapons and they'll have to dispose of the enriched uranium. So at this juncture, Shivani, indeed, it's a very, very complicated situation that is, developing. We are seeing how, Iran is also very, very clear about its 10-point plan, which it has proposed to America during the Islamabad talk. So definitely, there appears to be a deadlock, at this juncture, and we have seen how this naval blockade has been done by United States of America, and Iran is also threatening that if any US ship will come close, they will destroy it. So completely, we could expect a further escalation in the region going in the days to come. Sunny.
Stay on with us, Aditya. We have some more information regarding the developments in the war, where US President Donald Trump has said, and I quote here, "We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world because that is what they are doing." They are really blackmailing the world. Many ships are heading to our country right now as we speak to load up with the best oil. Let's in fact listen into this statement as well.
I mean, both of those things, certainly, and more. We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen. And the amazing thing is, we don't, can you believe this? We don't use this trade. We don't need this trade. We have our own oil and gas, much more than we need. We have more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia. Think of this. We produce more. Saudi Arabia, and add Russia to it. Substantially more. And by next year, we'll have double that amount. So we don't need it, but the world needs it. And many ships are heading to our country right now as we speak, to load up with the best, really, I guess you could say, somebody said the best and sweetest. I don't know exactly what sweet is, but when it relates to oil, it's a good thing. But they're coming to our country right now. There are many boats coming to our country. Now, it could very well be this is going to be settled before then. We've been called this morning by the right people, the appropriate people, and they want to work a deal. They would like.
So, Aditya, this is yet another statement from US President Donald Trump. This time he's talking about how US has all the oil that they need, and more than that, they'll produce more next year. It's for the world that they are, in fact, doing everything that they can to make the Strait of Hormuz free from the control of Iranian, military over there. And he's also stating that they are blackmailing the world.
These statements by President Trump contradict the reality, Shivani, because, prior to this war, which started on February 28th, the Strait of Hormuz was open, every ships were, all the ships were allowed to pass through this particular Strait of Hormuz. But now, post the war, a lot of Iran has suffered a lot of damage due to the intense bombing by United States and Israel. So definitely now, what it is seeking, the aim behind, charging this toll from the ships, whomsoever that passes, whichever ships passes through the Strait of Hormuz would now have to dole out toll fees. So now completely Iran is very, very clear about it will not allow the adversary ships, to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, which is down the line, creating some sort of nervousness within the within U.S. President Donald Trump, because if you see the statements of Trump, he said that he and Ayatollah, he intended that he and Ayatollah jointly control the Strait of Hormuz. So completely at this juncture, Shivani, there are very complexities regarding now the maritime, the maritime movement from the Strait of Hormuz, which is a very, very significant, vital oil checkpoint of the world. Yes, Shivani, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all that information.